Hello, it's Good Friday 2023 and I'd like to give a few thoughts on the state of Ireland and what we can do about it to improve it, some solutions. First, we have to look at the problems. I was in Dublin today, it was pretty much full, where in my childhood and teens and 20s, Good Friday was a day of going to church, meditating, thinking about your life. It was a very quiet day. Now it's pretty much business as normal. And as I was coming through the nearest village here, two drunks were literally fighting on the street. So I thought, wow. And I remember when I was a kid, I think it was a book, it was an Irish, I think it was 1916. That was the title on the front page anyway. I remember it was a meditation talked about the spiritual decay of Ireland, how this desire for freedom had dissipated as people's desire for freedom went. And I was speaking to people in the last few days and we were talking about the huge problem with addiction, not just to cocaine and drugs, but drink, pornography, social media, watching TV, consuming, all these addictions that people have. And when you're addicted to something, you're no longer free. Myself, personally, a year and a half ago, I packed up smoking and drinking completely. Because it's very important that that you decide and you're not forced by some physical or mental problems to take something all the time. But so there is those problems, and we can see it statistically, medically even, about problems with drugs, with drink and stuff like that. And what are the answers to addiction? Well, it's a healthy mind and a healthy body. People stopping drinking alcohol, stopping smoking, stop getting fat, and instead try to lead a healthier life with exercise, getting fit, getting strong. This whole mens sana and corpore sano, a healthy mind and a healthy body, and how important that is. But kind of leading on this thing, I seen a tweet there by a guy, Thoughts Toby, this guy, and he basically put up a tweet today. It's very interesting, and it's about, he has noticed, as other people have noticed before, that the people who were counter-protesting and those who are in favour of mass immigration and those who are currently protesting in favour of showing pornography, LGBTIQ pornography in libraries or in schools to children, it's all the same people. So these people, counter-protesters, these work-shy socialists who turn up baying and shouting against kind of patriotic nationalists, concerned parents, it's all the same people. And let's ask the question, why is that? It's because they have the same ideology. Let's generalize it, put it in one big basket, and we'll call it cultural Marxism. You'll often find they dress like slobs. If you look at their personal life, there's nothing to be admired. They're often not very trustworthy people. Cultural Marxism is based on the destruction. It's not a positive entity. An Irish nationalist. I love my country. It's kind of based on a number of things. Love God, love your country, love God, love your family, love your country, love yourself as well, your body, have self-respect. All these things are orientated towards, they're all kind of in a matrix of one aspect helps another. But cultural Marxism is about the destruction of, they hate God, they hate the Christian church in particular, especially the Catholic Church because it's reliance on tradition and authority. They hate so they hate Christianity, they hate God, they also hate the idea of the nation. And with that, the idea of the nation state. So they're opposed to national sovereignty. They're opposed to patriotic people who would seek sovereignty for their nation and for their nation state. And they are globalists. They want to destroy the nation state. So they're in favor of organizations like, for example, the EU, the World Health Organization, the World Economic Forum, the UN, all these big globalist organizations which are far away from accountability to local people. They love it. What else are they in favour of? They're in favour of destroying the family. Breakdown of the family is a goal. And they're in favour of things like divorce, sex outside marriage, sex between, Now it's gone so far, it's all polyamory, can't even remember the names of all these things. But certainly promiscuity, all these different things, everything to do with the breakdown of the family, they're in favour. And they're also in favour of corrupting young children. And they're doing that at the minute in our schools, in our libraries, in our TV sets, in the video games, corrupting young children with emphasis on sexuality at an inappropriate age. And you ask, and also this trans ideology, it's a bit of like social contagion going on at the minute. And they're in favour of indoctrinating children with this trans ideology and mutilating children. And what they do is absolutely grotesque. So cultural Marxism is what is infecting the minds of these people. And let me give you a very practical example. Yesterday I was reading about the obituary of this very evil woman called Moira Woods. Moira Woods was a doctor who became involved, and a feminist, a socialist, and she became involved in this rotunda sexual health. Of course, she was very happy to make a number of false allegations of sexual abuse against many innocent families. Now, she was found guilty by the medical council. She was afterwards never allowed to work on her own in this field of health, sexual health and sexuality ever again, because she was found for professional malpractice. Now, isn't it funny that she was in a relationship for a number of years with Cathal Golding, who was then Chief of Staff for the official IRA, which, as I've mentioned before in the book The Lost Revolution, was Sinn Féin, the Workers' Party, unlike the Provisionals at the time, was a Marxist organisation which changed from nationalist to internationalist and from patriot and nationalist to Marxist. And there we can see the coalescing of these socialism, radical feminism, and now all this, what has morphed into this woke, LGBTIQ, eco-socialism, globalist agenda, which many of the people, especially in the media, follow through. Isn't it interesting that one of the few people to come out and defend and talk about the good name of this Moira Woods is Susan McKay, who, would you believe, is now press ombudsman for the whole of Ireland. Very interesting. So if we want to protect our country, ourselves and our children from this globalist cultural Marxism, we need to buckle up, get ready for a bit of a scrap, start by making ourselves as individuals better. Look at, are we addicted to anything? Is our life, can we change things in our own life, in our own family, in our own locality to make things better? Instead of thinking big and global, let's start with ourselves, start with our own family, start with our own locality. Let's look at things. Are we addicted to stuff that we are wasting our life away, addicted to crap? Can we live life in a more virtuous way, this mens sana and corpore sano, a healthy mind and a healthy body, trying to get fit again, stronger again, mentally and physically, get ready for a struggle in life, because life, it's not just a bed of roses, it's often a conflict. And that's what we're going to have over the next few decades, because there is trouble ahead. Our country is being destroyed. We have to stand up on our hind legs, and we have to make clear to people, those around us, our friends and family and publicly, that we want our country back. We want an Irish Ireland for the benefit of the Irish people. We want a freer Ireland where we're free because of lack of crime, because there's virtuous people on our streets. We can walk around uninhibited. We can walk around our streets and our country lanes without fear that we're going to get mugged or raped or whatever, run over by drunks and rapists from God knows where. We've got to go back to what is important, what worked for our forefathers who came before us. And the first thing, primary identity of Irish people, was that we were Gaelic people and that we were Christian people. So these are the things which over centuries, which give us sustenance, which give us identity, which give us a better society. And maybe on this Good Friday we should think about reorientating our life as individuals back to, if we want a freer Ireland, well, we have to make ourselves freer and then work for a freer Ireland. So our country is going down the tubes at the minute. We have many enemies. So we have to be up for a fight. We have to have the resources ready to make sure that we're ready to do what is necessary to bring freedom for ourselves, our children, and for our country, and take on cultural Marxism and everywhere it's found in Ireland, and instead seek a free people in a free country. So I would ask you to think about that this Good Friday and in the year ahead. So my name is Hermann Kelly. I'm President of the Irish Freedom Party. Go to Margaret, sir.